Hello everybody and welcome to Mon-Ara's channel. Today I will be making a cold process soap using the teardrop technique. All the ingredients for this recipe as well as the amount will be in the description box below. So you want to start by adding your lye mixture to your oils. I already pre-mixed my lye water with some sodium hydroxide lye in my water, and I also did my oils. We have a lot more of olive oil, extra virgin, just because I want my soap to remain fluid throughout the process of this technique. So now I am going to mix my lye and my oils together to just very thin trace. If you do not know what trace is more like, think about it as when you're cooking soup or porridge, it starts to thicken when it cooks up. So you don't want it to get to that level where it's so thick. You want your batter to remain fluid, but you also want to make sure that you mixed the lye with the oils very well. I am adding titanium dioxide just to help color my batter to more of a white color. Now I am going to split my soap into little batches with different colors. I have 4 different colors: purple, green, red, and yellow, just to make a distinction between the colors. Now I'm going to add a little bit of fluid soap, which is going to be my base, and to that I added some more titanium dioxide as well as sandalwood powder. Mix this until it is well incorporated, and you want to get your mold. I am setting everything up, but before then I also want to make sure all my colors are properly mixed in the soap. I am using a mini mixer that I got from Brambleberry, but you can always get this online. So to my mold, I'm using just a simple basic plastic mold. You can use plastic molds that just make sure it releases your soap very well. You don't need a particular type of mold if you're new to soap making. And I'm also going to work on the remaining white soap base that I have left over. So into that goes the remaining titanium dioxide, some more sandalwood powder just for some extra skin benefits. You want to mix all that also so it gets incorporated properly. Alright, to this one I am going to divide into 2 parts. Alright, now I am going to use a spoon to gently make lines, different colored lines on top of the base. I'm sure you're going to see this at the end, but what I should have done was not wait so long before adding the lines or the color lines to the base. So you want to do that, just a thin line across from one side of the mold to the other, and you want to switch the colors as you're doing that. Okay, and I guess that's enough. Now you want to use the remaining white base and fill the sides. You want to do that until you get to a very, very thin line at the top. So you just make sure you keep filling the 2 sides with soap. I didn't make a big amount of soap for this one because this was a trial, and I would have loved to have some more extra white soap just to make my teardrop look a lot more longer, and this would have also been perfect with a tall mold. Alright, so I'm going to add the rest of my soap colors to the top. Now if you've never made soap before, you want to make sure you take all protective measures. As you can see in my video, I am wearing gloves. You want to try as much as possible to not touch the soap with your fingers. I also wear protective gears. Sometimes I wear a mask, and I also wear some goggles or over my eyes just to protect me when I am soaping in case of splash. So for the remaining batter left, my color batter, I'm just going to mix everything into a separate mold because I do not like to waste my soap. Everything must go into the mold. So in no particular color, I am just going to mix everything all together and put it in my mold. Also, I like to use sodium lactate in my soap. I put it in the beginning in my lime mixture, and what that does is it lets me unmold my soap faster than if I did not put sodium lactate. If you do not have sodium lactate, you can replace it with some salt solution that I believe also works, but I haven't tried it, but I do know a lot of people swear by it. But I do have sodium lactate, and it's been working so far very, very well. So regardless that my soap was fluid when I put it in the mold, I'm also going to leave it for about 48 hours for it to get hard without me doing anything. So I need my soap to set because my soap actually went into the mold and fluid, and I also made sure to start soaping at very, very low temperature. So the temperature I was soaping at was around 90 degrees Fahrenheit, just because I wanted my soap to remain fluid. Alright, now it's time for molding, and you can see that my soap just came out of the mold effortlessly. I am going to cut this beautiful bar. And in case I forgot to mention and you saw me spritz or spray something at the end of the soap, it was it was alcohol, 99% alcohol. And what that does, it helps prevent soda ash. Even though the soap developed just a little ash, it doesn't affect the soap whatsoever. So as you can see, my teardrop is a very, very short teardrop, and well, different shapes. I've got different teardrop shapes, but it wasn't too bad for a first attempt. So like I said, you don't want to waste a long time when you are adding the color lines to the base of the soap, which I did. And you also want to make sure that your lines do not break through the soap, which means that your batter should remain fluid and not runny. So you want to have a good consistency of your batter. And that's it. You make sure to wait for 6 weeks, 4 to 6 weeks preferably, but the longer the better for me. And then your soap is ready to go. That looks beautiful. See that? Oh wow. Imagine what it would look like in a taller mold. So I'm pretty impressed with this first trial, and I hope you like my video. Please like, comment, and share. And if you want to know anything about cold process soap making, I'll be happy to help you. Thank you for watching, guys. Bye.